We have Tony Longhurst. He is the first guy to run this morning in Tooheys top 10 for 95, the Castrol Falcon. He's had a season of learning, setting up his own V8 team. I think he's acquitted himself very well, Alan Moffat.
He certainly has, Mike, because it's not easy to put one of these cars together, and he did it very quickly over the Christmas break last year. Obvious teething problems at the beginning of the Shell Series, but here he is at Bathurst in the top 10, and I think that's a compliment for anyone.
I said 5 Commodores and 5 Falcons in the top 10 as we welcome Mark Osler to the broadcast today. And who's your pick?
Well, isn't it tight? I mean, trying to pick a winner out of this 10 is just so difficult. Gary Wilkinson referred to before, top 8 covered by less than a second. The top 10 are covered by just 1.6 seconds on a 6.2 kilometre circuit. That is absolutely amazing.
Fabulous is working those tyres down to Caltex Chase, the left, then the right for Tony Longhurst.
Tony, the first of the Yokohama teams.
Yes, there is really a good tyre battle going on here, and a healthy one too. Yokohama, Bridgestone, and of course Dunlop, probably the ace supplier at the moment, coming through to take the flag and commence his lap of the top 10. The run-off today, $15,000 to set quick time.
Well, as Mike said earlier on, tremendous effort from Tony Longhurst in 1995. Built this car in just 10 weeks at the beginning of the season. He had a few engine problems early on the season, picked up a very prominent engine builder in Sydney by the name of Wayne Jones, who, by his own admissions, given the car another 60 or 70 horsepower toward the end of the season. And boys, he got some speed out of this thing.
Well, this is one place where you need every horsepower you can find. You'd sell your grandmother for one of them if you could find it on a Saturday night here. But Tony doing well. He locked up a brake there on the approach to Mountain Straight, but he's got it under control here. He's got to come in here nice and cleanly. Car bouncing a little bit there, but only because he's throwing it. Wouldn't necessarily race it like that, and bear in mind the tanks are almost empty, just enough to get around for a couple of laps.
Well, Tony, like all the Ford runners, very concerned about the aerodynamic alterations to the Falcon in the lead up to this race. But just a few weeks before, he did admit, after a lot of testing at Lakeside, he had the car beautifully balanced. He was very confident at the speed he was going to get out of the car. You can hear the crowd cheer, puts the wheels up on the ripple strip, maximum speed as he comes over the top of the mountain.
It's a brave move to use that amount of real estate there, but he's holding it very firm. Hasn't made any mistakes so far. Close to the wall. You'll want to come in here tight around Dunlop corner into Forest Elbow.
Pretty good entrance and flows out to the outside. Now works Conrod Straight. Big crowd here this morning for the top 10 runoff at Tooheys on top of the mountain. And car absolutely flat strap as it crests this hill and runs downhill now for the right-hand shot to Caltex Chase. Just listen to the engine.
Fabulous.
You've only got to stand beside the fence there and feel that massive wave of air almost push you off your feet. Unbelievable speed through there.
Picks up a wheel there. But so does everyone else, just clipping the curb on the exit to that corner beneath the Bridgestone Bridge and down to complete his lap. You'll be able to see it in just a second. Tony Longhurst actually, I think, qualified for the 10 last year at the back and made his way up through the pack. Tony Longhurst at 2:13.89. 2:13.89, the time for Tony Longhurst. That sets the benchmark for the morning. Yes, he actually pole vaulted about 4 or 5 cars last year, Tony, in his final run with the Benson and Hedges Commodore.
Well, 2:13.89. That's about 7 or 8 tenths down on his time yesterday, but he was the first guy out on the track this morning. So maybe the times will get progressively quicker. Tony Longhurst into pit lane.